Gretchen, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you another try-on slash haul from our friends at Oufer. I absolutely love working with Oufer, and when they were like, hey, we've got some really cool new septum pieces that have little dangles on them we'd like to send you, I was like, absolutely, let's do this. So for today's video I am going to be bringing you all of these fun pieces, as well as a few cartilage pieces that I'm very excited about just looking at them, because I think I know exactly where I'm gonna put at least one of these. Now, I'm not usually one to change out my septum jewelry too often. I've talked about this before, where I usually stick with just a segment ring because I do get a pretty itchy nose every so often, and so when I'm scratching my nose, I like jewelry that can turn and like not get caught on the piercing hole or anything like that. But it's 2023, and one of my focuses this year is to kind of change up my jewelry every so often. You know, I have all these amazing pieces, especially from Oufer, and I kind of stick with the same ones like consistently. So one of my goals this year is to change things up. And I think Oufer is gonna help me with that, especially with these septum pieces, because they're kind of outside of my comfort zone. They have little danglies on them. I also love the fact that these are all clear gems, which is definitely my go-to for any of my piercings. There are some that have fun little designs on the end, and then there are some that just have kind of simplistic designs on the end. There's even one that has an opal in it, which I absolutely love. That's what my philtrum jewelry is, so that one could potentially get used frequently. All right, so I'm zooming in a little bit so I can show y'all these pieces a little bit better. So Oufer sent me over 7 septum pieces, all with little dangles on the end of them. And then they sent me over this little cartilage set that has 5 different pieces in there. As always, Oufer has some fantastic packaging. As you can see here, we've got some like navy on the border, as well as gold writing and accents. And then how this works, push it out, and then you have the little piece that holds the individual jewelry in there, and you pop it up, and there's the piece that sits right there. So all of these pieces are known as either segment rings or septum clickers. Now, a lot of people like to say that segment rings only are considered that if the piece comes off. That's not always the case. There are also hinged segment rings. So in this case, if you look at this jewelry, you can pop it up and it's still connected because there's a hinge there that kind of holds onto it. But this is still technically a segment ring, but you can also still call it a septum clicker. So I just wanted to clarify that, because the last time people are like, that's not a segment ring, the piece didn't come off, and I'm like, not always do they come off. Some do, yes, but then you have the hinged ones where the little things still hold on to the jewelry. So let's start off with this one that I was using as an example. This one is really cute because it does have a little bit of color in it. And so along the bottom part of the ring are some clear stones, but then the little dangle is an eye. And the eye has a blue stone in the center, and it's really, really cute, very different. It might be hard to see these things a little bit closely because they are very tiny and delicate, but I love how this one looks. It's got some pretty little eyelashes that come off from it, and it just adds something extra to the simplicity of the bottom part of the ring. Next is the one where I mentioned there was one that had an opal, and then this one also has what looks like a butterfly dangle. So at the very base in the center is an opal, and attached to that opal is a butterfly. Next up is one that has clear stones all the way around the bottom, and then the dangle looks like a little bit of a sunburst, and it also has a clear stone in the center. So this one is all clear. Here we have one that has clear stones around the bottom, and then dangling from it is a star or a sun. Actually, that's more of a sun now that I look at it. It's more of a sun, and the very center is an opal. This next one is a little bit more intricate than the others, and that's because while it does have some clear stones on the bottom, they flare out a little bit to add a little bit more detail, and then the dangle is just a really fine piece of a clear stone. This next one is kind of like the one that had the sun dangle. This one is definitely more of a star shape. So at the bottom, clear stones, has a little star dangle, and in the very center is an opal. And this final septum piece also has clear stones at the bottom. There is a little part that kind of flares up in the center of the jewelry, and then it has the tiniest little gem that dangles. And then next I'm going to try and show you all these cartilage pieces. Again, they're very small, so I hope the camera will be able to pick them up, but it is a set of 5, which is pretty cool, and each one is just so different. You start off with ones that kind of have a little bit of a curvature to them, and then you have 2 that kind of have little, I don't even know how to describe it, but they have like little pieces that kind of jut out from the center. And then you have the one that I am most in love with, and it's a crescent moon with some gems in it. So those are all the new pieces that Oufer sent me. Again, thank you so much to Oufer for sponsoring this video, as well as sending over these spectacular pieces. Absolutely love them so much. If you are interested in trying any of these pieces out for yourself, check out the description below for a link, as well as the comments. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye everyone.